Today is going to be a day filled with all the classic things at Magic Kingdom. Come and join me. What's a classic day at Disney? Classic rides, classic snacks, and classic characters. Maybe even a little bit of history along the way. Told you it was going to be a classic day in Magic Kingdom. And in true fashion, it looks like it may rain. I have waited my whole life to meet you.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I'm glad you finally made it, my friend.
I did. How are you today?
Can we take a picture together? Of course, and I wrote this for you just so you would have it.
Oh, sorry.
Of our first visit together.
Thank you. How should we post?
Oh, sure, maybe one of these is just for you. I wanted to decide.
Fabulous.
There we go.
You made
So
You have made my trip.
Oh, thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. I'm like, we gotta practice. Are we supposed to now?
So Magic Kingdom actually opened in 1971. However, as big of an idea and as important as Walt Disney is to the kingdom and Walt Disney World, he actually did not live to see the park open. He passed away in 1966, and his brother Roy actually took the lead on creating Disney World, and he passed away about 3 months after Disney World opened. The more you know. Okay, that's good. One of the classic snacks at Disney is actually Dole Whip, and you get that at Aloha Isle Refreshments, and it's right next door to the Tiki Room. Now the Tiki Room, or the Enchanted Tiki Room, was one of the original opening day attractions here at Disney World. And it is actually where all animatronics kind of got their start. Mark Davis was in charge of this project and he created them. However, Harriet Burns looked at it and realized that the birds didn't look very alive. So she actually created a system in which the birds breathed. And that was the very first animatronic that ever existed. So, if you're thinking about all the animatronics that maybe are universal, like the new giant Frankenstein, Harriet Burns walked so that the Hall of Presidents could run, so that Frankenstein at Universal can fly. Another classic ride is the People Mover here at Disney World. It actually originally opened again on the West Coast in California at Disneyland and then came here. And one of the interesting tidbits about it is that it originally, or the working title was the People Mover. They wanted something different and more exciting to call it, but People Mover stuck. So the Carousel of Progress is another classic ride at Disney. It actually came to be because Walt Disney was asked to help with the World Fair in 1964, so they created it. It opened originally on the West Coast, but then transplanted to the East Coast, and it's here in Orlando. It's a 20-minute ride and a great place to soak in the air conditioning and maybe even take a little siesta if you're tired. Having a classic day and you need a classic souvenir, then mouse ears are the absolute perfect souvenir. Come with me while I check some out. Mouse ears acquired. On to the next classic Disney thing. The 1964-65 World Fair was a really busy time for Walt Disney. He actually put 3 rides in there, and we've already been on 2. We went on the People Mover, the Carousel of Progress. Do you know what the 3rd ride that was part of the 1964-65 World Fair was? Well, if you said Small World, that would make you right. Come ride this ride with me. You may have noticed that the artwork at It's a Small World is very unique and very beautiful. It was actually created by Disney artist Mary Blair. She's also the one that was responsible for creating the big giant mosaic in the Contemporary Resort. When you go there, be sure to look for a 3-legged goat. She did design it that way, and it is designed on purpose. She has a beautiful way, especially with color. But not only did she do It's a Small World, but she also did the original artwork for Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, and my favorite, Cinderella. There's a couple of facts that are really interesting about Small World that you may not know. First is all of the doll's hair is made with yarn. And here in the Florida humidity, that yarn tends to expand. So the dolls actually need haircuts on a regular basis. The other thing is they turn the music off at night, but they do not turn the dolls off at night. So the dolls are running the entire evening, even when there's no music, so you can kind of hear all the sounds. So something interesting if you're here late at night, or if you've ever been on the ride and had the music turn off because you guys got stuck, let me know in the comments below. It happened to me once, and it's quite eerie to hear all the sounds the dolls make, but no music. So let me know in the comments. Disney does such a good job at pulling on the heartstrings, and you can see it all on display at the fireworks show. Happily ever after. Know which Disney genius decided to mix Mufasa saying "Remember who you are" with Hercules' "Go the distance." But if the song "Happily Ever After" wasn't enough to bring us to tears, that topped it. Our next classic is Haunted Mansion. Mansion has one of the largest cult followings and is one of the most famous rides in the entire world. It actually has 2 sections. The first section is kind of the scary section, and the second section has a lot more humor added to it. It was actually the last ride that Walt Disney himself got to work on, but he passed away before it was finished, and that's why the ride kind of has 2 parts. They couldn't really come to agreement to figure out what Walt would want. So it's got 2 distinct sections. We've got one last ride for the evening. It's another classic. Come join me on Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean originally opened on the West Coast and was part of Disneyland. And when they opened Disney World, Walt thought it would be silly to put Pirates of the Caribbean here, since Florida technically is part of the Caribbean. It's like the northernmost tip of it. And so he thought it was silly, but when people came to visit, they were so upset. So they actually brought it here. And what's really interesting is the ride inspired the movie, which then they felt like they needed to put movie characters back into the ride so that people who had gone to the movie and then came here would kind of make the connection. Lots of really cool facts and secrets. Come with me. That's Captain Hook, and that's me. Yeah.
Where be Captain Jack Sparrow's treasure yacht?
Pirates is a classic for a reason. It's a whole lot of fun, and the song Yo Ho Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me, it was actually written by a guy named X Atencio. His real name was Xavier, but he went by X Atencio. He was actually Imagineer and working on something different, and Walt Disney came to him and said, hey, I want you to try this. So he did. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you found it interesting, or maybe you learned something new, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when we release new information. All that stuff really does a lot to help our channel. And if you think you want to go on a Disney vacation, Canopy of Stars Travel is here to help you make it. That ends our classic day at Disney. It's been amazing. We've had a great time. Classic characters, classic snacks, classic rides. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I wish you well. I wish you safe and happy travels, and I can't wait to see you under a canopy of stars. All right, if you made it this far, we had to have one last classic Mickey snack on the way out to the car. A final treat, Mickey bar. Y'all have a great night.